Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. And my name is Coach Ten. I'm so happy to have you here. And as you join, all I want you to do is just write down your name and where you're where you're watching from. I'm going to be giving another 2 to 3 minutes for everyone to join the call, for everyone to join the class, and then we'll kickstart. So all I want you to do is write your name and where you are joining from. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, your name and where you're joining from. We're going to have 2 to 3 minutes for everybody to join the call, for everybody to join the class so that we can carry along everyone. I don't want to have to go back again and explain myself. So as you join, please just write it down your name and where you're joining us from, and that'll be perfect. As I see your name, I'm just going to acknowledge. Hi, Emissy. How are you doing today? And how is Lagos? Hey Jay, how are you doing today and how's Lagos? Well, I'm from Jos, so I wouldn't know how Lagos is doing today. Hi, Abdurrahman from Bauchi. Welcome. I mean, you're very close to me here, so. Hi, Motayo. Welcome from Lagos. Hi, Victoria. You're welcome. Hey, from Borno State. You're welcome. I was just talking about Borno State today. Hi, Abiola, my namesake from Mina, and I schooled in Mina. How's Mina today? Okay, awesome. We have 2 minutes already gone. I would not want to waste your time. For 1 hour, I just want to talk and you listen. I wouldn't want to bore you, and I would like to, be as straight as possible. So we're just going to start. Whoever says that is joining will have to go back and replay the video. All right. Like I said, my name is Coach Ten. If you're just coming in, I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Coach Ten. You can call me Biola. My full name is Biola Adibayo or Abiola Adibayo. You can call me Coach Ten. You can call me Biola. You can call me Abby. Whichever one you're comfortable with. All right. And today we're going to be talking about remote work. And I know a lot of us that are joining have either tried to get a remote job somewhere or have heard of remote jobs and they want to get one or are considering trying remote jobs and they don't know what to do or feel like they don't have experience, they don't know how to get it or where to get it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, what you can do, how to ensure that you put yourself in front of the competition, because you are not the only person thinking about remote work. A lot of people are thinking about remote work, and that means there's a lot of competition out there. And competition is never really good if it's a lot of people, because it's like 1,000 to 1. You're trying to beat 1,000 persons so that you can be in front, and 1,000 is even fair. So we're going to see what we need to do, how we need to leverage on whatever it is that we have around us without having to break the bank, without having to change anything about yourself, and land this first remote job. Now, earning in dollars is not just luck, it's a system that you have to actually have around you. It is a system that you need to crack. And tonight I'm going to be showing you the same steps every Nigerian student, stay at home mom, 9 to 5 workers are using to earn more without having to relocate and or having any complicated tech skills, to be honest with you. And why is this training important? Now, the world of remote work has changed, and high paying opportunities are no longer require you to be in an office or to live abroad, or for most people they basically don't require you to have any serious tech skills. Most people just necessarily need the right skills and how to position yourself to find the real opportunities. And where are you looking as well? That's also very important, because where you're looking is a very important to how you can land your first remote job. having to do any guesswork and also leaving your home. If you're like me, I hate to leave my home. I hate to go outside. I don't like to see people outside people. And remote work has been my savior because I use it as an excuse to go to come out of everything. Anytime anybody wants me to go out, I just say I'm working. I probably might not be working that day, but I'm working. It's not, you don't know whether I'm working or not. And you can have that liberty, you can have that freedom. If you're someone that likes to go out, you can go out while actually working. So it happens. It's both ways. Now, this is one of my salaries for this year. I think this was a July salary for one of the jobs I actually did. And this is a 2 weeks salary. And I'm showing you this because I feel like you need to also see what other people in Nigeria. I'm in Jos. I'm not in Lagos. I'm not in Abuja. I'm not in any serious country like that. I'm in Jos, right? And Jos, most people usually look down on Jos. So, I mean, if I'm in Jos, if you're in Lagos, you know that you can also get something like that. I'm showing you to see that this is something that is very achievable while in Nigeria. It's not something that is far fetched. It's not something that we are trying to cajole you to understand. It's something that is very achievable. This is also one of my students who had her first payment. I think in the same, I think we had the same gig. I had the link, I sent it to her, she applied, she got. And this is a 2 week salary, guys. This is not a 1 month salary. This is a 2 week salary. So 1,205 is about, right now, I think dollar is down to, I can't remember. But 1,205 is almost about 1.6, 1.7 thereabouts, if not more. Now, who is this program for? This program is for, if you're a student, it's for you. If you're a stay-at-home mom, it's for you. If you're a 9 to 5 worker, it's for you. Hey, if you just want to earn in dollars, you're tired of earning in naira, this particular program is for you. This training is for you. It is designed specifically to help you earn more than you are earning right now, with flexibility of time and, avoiding having to sacrifice whatever you do now, because I believe a lot of us do businesses, having to sacrifice whatever it is that you do now and to be able to also earn more. And what you're going to learn today is how to identify the right skills and apply yourself daily so that you can become highly valuable in the global market. It is very important for me to mention that when looking for remote jobs, which is you're going to be working for companies outside the country, they more than anything are looking for you to bring value to their company. If you're not bringing, I cannot remember the last time I submitted a certificate of any kind before I got a job remotely. Honestly, I cannot remember. I don't even know where my own school living certificate, my degree. I don't know where I dropped that thing. I cannot remember the last time, because so no, that's so nobody's looking for a degree. Nobody's looking for you to have any serious any, it's no longer like it was in the old. Now they're just looking for what you can bring to the table, the value you can bring to the company, and you're good to go. Then you're going to also learn how to build a professional brand that attracts recruiters, like your CV and your LinkedIn optimization. Then we are now going to also learn where to find those jobs, the jobs that are actually paying right now, especially for beginners in this field. So a lot of us are beginners, a lot of us are just coming in, a lot of us are just even knowing about remote jobs. A lot of us probably see on TikTok people who wear headsets, and then you don't know where this like shy getting this job from, but you know, see they do one for Nigeria, and you just want in. We're going to teach you what kind of jobs these people do, different kind of jobs that are available, and where to also find these opportunities that are available to you. And then at the very end of the of this particular class, I'm going to make you an offer to all my courses, all my tools, all my templates that you can work with me personally, and also to grant you access. It's kind of a bonus for everyone who will stay at the end, who will stay till the end of this particular class. Now, I usually call them 3 secrets, which are like the beginner course, the beginner crash course to remote job. So if you're able to get these things right, every other thing is just you building on your skill. But if you're able to get these 3 things right, you're going to be able to put your foot in the door and actually have a good chance. First thing is, why are you getting rejected? Most people treat their CV and their LinkedIn like a list of job duties. You know how you do a to-do list. That's how you treat your CV, and that's how you treat your LinkedIn. Now, companies don't care about that. Like I said, companies care about results. They want to see the kind of results that you can bring to them. People send their CV. They usually scream, "Hey, hire me, hire me, hire me! I need money, hire me, hire me." More like desperation, and desperation stinks. Just like when you have somebody who's always giving you urgent 2K vibes. They probably will not tell you to give you them urgent 2K, but you know they're begging you in a stylish way and you don't like it. The same way, companies don't like that. They don't like that. All right. Now, they apply in all the wrong places. Most times you apply in all the wrong places. You are fighting with millions of people for scraps of jobs. We're going to correct that. And then remote interviews, most times they're different from local interviews, obviously. And when you're doing interviews, people want to see confidence, they want to see problem solving, they want to see a cultural fit, not your degree. They want to see that you can actually come into their company and make a change, make a difference. A friend of mine was it last week, was giving me gist of how he went for an interview, and it was more like him even interviewing the recruiter. The CEO of the company was CEO of the company that was his I was interviewing him, and he kept asking the man, "Okay, so what are the systems that you use on your at your company? How do you make revenue? How do you do ads to get?" I mean, why? Because the guy already knows his value. He knows his onions. He knows the skills that he's bringing to the table. So when he was talking to the man, he wasn't talking to the man from a timid place. He was talking to the man with so much confidence that he got the job on the spot. And that's how most of these jobs can go for you, to be honest with you. If you know your onions, you know what you're bringing to the table, you're bringing value and results, then your interviews won't go so bad. And how do you bring that to the table? So we're going to do that today. Now, identifying the first secret is identifying the right skills with no experience. Now, I understand that in today's job market, transitioning into new careers requires leveraging the skills that you already possess. So, a lot of us want to go into remote jobs, but we do not have experience for any of these things. I'm very sure most of you saw the video where I was talking about customer service, I was talking about virtual assistants, I was talking about teaching English as a second language, and you have no experience. Now, most of these jobs I just mentioned are jobs that you can use transferable skills for. So we're going to learn a little bit about transferable skills. Now, these are known as transferable skills, which can be applied across various roles and industries. Now, this lecture will explore key transferable skills, how they can be applied to different career paths, and practical ways to harness them effectively. What are transferable skills? Transferable skills are abilities that you gain from past jobs that apply to many other roles, such as communication, organization, leadership. I mean, there are a whole lot. They matter because they show recruiters how your experience connect to a job's requirement, even if you lack direct experience. So highlighting both your specialized and transferable skills on your resume or on your CV kind of makes you more competitive and appealing to employers. So let's say, for instance, you worked as a bank. Um, Now I don't know their names, so I'm just going to say bank teller. I know that's not the name. Don't judge me, but you're in front. You're giving people their teller, and you're meeting with people. Yeah. Now you worked as somebody who did that in the bank, and now you want to transition into a remote job. You don't know what to do. One of the trans Few of the transferable skills that you already have is communication with people. You already know how to communicate with people and how to organize them, how to make them keep calm. Because in the bank they are standing, they're not even sitting, they are standing to get a teller from you or to get attended by you. Now you already have a very strong communication skill. You already have a level of leadership skill. You already have a level of organizational skill. Those are transferable skills that can be transferred into another company, into another job description, honestly. And you can transfer that, you can leverage that as a customer. Let's say you're going into customer service, you can leverage that and say, hey, as a customer service rep, I know that one of the major things I need to know is communication and people skill, knowing how to handle people. From just working in the bank alone, you already have that. You already have that. It's not something that has to be taught to you all over again. You already have that. It's already part of you because you have dealt with difficult people. One of the most difficult people to deal with are Nigerians, and you have succeeded. So you can transfer that skill in your resume. There's where you can say on the skills where you have your resume, you can write communication skills or customer success or customer whatever. That's a very good skill to have, right? Now, excuse me, we're going to talk about a little bit about a few transferable skills that some people have and they don't know that they already have. Communication. Let's say a housewife who plans family schedules, explain chores clearly, already practices strong communication. I've already given you one with a banker, right? Problem solving. Let's say a student who finds ways to finish their assignment with limited internet data or maybe limited time, or you don't have enough resources, let's say maybe textbook and stuff. That's problem solving. You found a way to do that assignment on time, which is time management, and you were able to submit. Even if you did not get an A, at least you got a C or a B. That's problem solving. You should have found a way out, right? Time management. Let's say a housewife who cooks, cleans, cares for children, on sets routine, manages time effectively, goes for children's recital, their football games. She's scheduling everything. That's time management. Now, I'm just using this because these are very relatable to us. You can think about other things that you do. I've talked to a lot of very hardcore professionals in other fields like architects, builders who want to transition into remote work and they want to do maybe virtual assistant or they want to do customer service. And we had to find transferable skills from those particular job into what we need them to do and then fine tune their CV. So I'm using this because these are the most relatable things to us right now, right? What we can see around us. Then we have adaptability. Now, the ability to adapt is very important in remote work because anything can change at any time. You may be on a company call right now, and your internet just goes. How do you adapt? Or the entire company just tells you that we want to change script. We're changing script in the next 2 hours. Script that you have crammed. You use 2 weeks to cram script. They just tell you that they're giving you people new scripts. You have to cram that one in 2 hours. How do you adapt? Right? So adaptability is someone who adjusts to, let's say, new phone apps or online payment systems or maybe in your house. In your house to change things used to change. If your mom is like my mom, every day we used to change our furniture. Furniture arrangements used to change. You have to adapt, right? I'm just using these are the simplest examples I can think of, but there are more. There are more things that you can think of. Customer relationship management. Let's say you're a church volunteer who welcomes visitors like an usher, or you work in the operations department, or you work in an office and your job is you are greeting people, you're the attendant, you're the receptionist. That you already have a transferable skill that you can put in your CV to look for these remote jobs. I hope I'm not going too fast and I hope we understand. All right. I mean, few more examples: sales and persuasion. Let's say a student who was able to convince their classmates to join a study group. Technical professionality. A housewife who has been able to shop online, use different apps. If you're very good at using different apps and learning how they work, the interface, that's a very good skill for you to have, honestly, because you're going to be using different CRM tools while you work with these companies. And sometimes they may just use 2 hours to train you. Some people may use a week, depends. Some people may use 1 hour to train you. Now, it depends on the company that you're with. How do you adapt to those CRM tools? In my company they recently changed. In my company, we use 7 different CRM tools to do just one thing. We use 7 different, we have to go from 7 different CRM tools every freaking time. All right. Now, if you're not somebody that adapts quickly to these things or that have technical proficiency, you will find a hard time having to navigate, different CRM tools on your computer. Then data entry and organization. Let's say someone who keeps track of bills. If you're somebody who keeps track of your expenses, school records, maybe expenses of your boss currently, that's a transferable skill. I hope that we have a firm understanding of what I'm trying to say. Now, second secret is why your CV keeps failing you. So we've talked about transferable skills and skills that you can put on your CV if you have no experience in any of those jobs. Let's say you are just a student, you are just coming from somewhere, you are working somewhere, you have done volunteer work. We have talked about transferable skills and how you can transfer these things into your CV. Now, let's talk about how your CV should look like when you're going to apply for things, because it's very important that you have the right CV, the right resume, the right template. A lot of us have the very, very, very wrong templates we use in submitting to these companies when applying, and most times that's why these things get rejected, your application gets rejected, you don't get a call back, or you don't even get any response at all, right? So now the truth is most CVs never get seen by a human being. A lot of my students are on this call, so they already have a basic understanding of it. But again, a lot of other people who are on this call do not know this thing. So we're going to go over this, and by the end of this webinar, what I want you to do is 3 things that you learned from this class. I want you to put it down in the comment section, right? Now, most CVs never get seen by a human. They get filtered out by the ATS, by the applicant tracking system. All right. So the applicant tracking system is basically a software that helps streamline CVs, applications to what the company is looking for. So let's say, for instance, you are looking for a job. You're looking for somebody to come and work for you. Let's say you own a small business, maybe a hair vendor, and you're looking for somebody to come and work for you. You're looking for somebody who has a little bit of people skills, know how to handle customers, can smile, will not shout on the customers when they ask questions. And customers will always ask you very ridiculous questions. They are always asking ridiculous questions. Somebody that can help you manage those kind of customers. And then on your job description, you wrote some person should have communication skill, the person should have people skill, the person should have a great smile, the person should have at least an Android phone that can chat on WhatsApp. Right? Now, on your job description, you've written these things. Now, let's say you now use the applicant tracking system, and you say when somebody applies for this job, if they put their CV, if they upload their CV, and their CV does not have these words: communication, people skills, a good phone that can a good maybe Android or iPhone that can at least chat on WhatsApp. If they don't have these things on their CV, please remove them. Pick them out. Now, that person may be overqualified, but because on their CV, they do not have keywords. Those things are called keywords. Every job description has keywords, meaning they have the key things that they want you to have on your CV. Okay. Now, what the applicant tracking system does is what's the word? It sifts, right? It sifts out whatever it is that doesn't have keywords. Any CV that does not have those keywords, it carries it away. And then it focuses on the ones that have keywords, the ones that are easily readable, the CVs that are not more than 1 page. Okay, that's the next point we're going to be going to. Not more than 1 page. Nobody has the time to go through 2 pages of your CV. Nobody has the time to read. Please, nobody has the time to read. So not more than 1 page. Now, before a recruiter even opens your account, your CV, the applicant tracking system has already, you don't save and you don't shake them, you don't save and you don't throw your CV come out. Now, when the recruiter now finally gets your CV, they only use about 6 to 6.5 seconds to just basically scan. So again, they are looking for keywords. Okay, they just scan through your CV. If they see keywords, they're like, oh, okay, they'll keep it for later, so that they can go through it thoroughly. Now, if your CV isn't ATS friendly, it just goes straight to the trash, meaning you did not go through that, you did not pass through that particular application. They will not send you a message, or they'll just send you a random message. Hey, we're sorry, we are going to be going with somebody else. Now, here's why your CV also fails the ATS check. You're using fancy designs on your CV. Too much fancy designs, templates, graphics designers. If you're a graphics designer, I understand. If you're not a graphics designer, there's no need you doing graphics design on your CV. Remove it. You're saving your CV as an image, not a PDF or a Google or a doc or a readable text. So if it's an image, the ATS will not be able to read it. But if it's a PDF, it will be able to read it. Or if it's Google Doc or Microsoft document. You're not using keywords. Remember, I spoke on keywords, so I'm not going to speak on it again because I've already spoken on that. You're not using keywords from the job description because the ATS is looking for the keywords that matches, the exact matches they are looking for them. Now, this is an example of a CV that is a no-no. All right. This CV, yes, is one page. That one, well, I've sorted that one out. Good. However, there are too many things happening here. Why is your picture on your CV? If it's on your CV, remove it. Why do I have so many shapes on your CV? Remove it. Why do I have so many colors on my CV? Remove it. I mean, this is just too much. This is too much. This is just too much. If it's like this, discard it. You have to do another CV. There's another CV you have to do. This is a no-no. Another example, again, why is your picture on your CV? Reason why we advise that your picture shouldn't be on your CV is because why are you giving them another reason to form a bias against you? You are already Black. We already know. You're already Nigerian. That's already a bias against you, whether you like it or not. That's how the world works. Now, you're now giving them picture. What if they don't like your face? What if they don't like your face? What would you do? What is by the face? They now judge you. They say we don't judge. They judge you. Let me just tell you. So just remove it. Just save yourself the trouble. Just remove it. This is kind of simple enough, but again, we have the picture. We have a lot of lines, drawing, tables. Now, the fact that I have an about me at the left and an education at the right tells me that there's a table on this particular CV. And the tables, we don't want them. We don't want tables because ATS cannot read tables. All right. It wants it to be as simple as possible. The ATS system wants it to be as simple as possible, as boring as possible. That's how your CV should look like. All right. So keep your CV clean, simple, no tables, no columns, no images. Use standard fonts, something very easy. Just look, imagine the ATS as a baby that's looking for the simplest thing to just go through. Use job description keywords naturally. Now, because they say you should have communication skill, you should have people skill, you now go and pack it in one place. Please, let's scatter it, like use it intelligently. So a job description, let's say a job description has maybe, let's say, 5 very keywords that you're looking for. Now scatter the keywords, put one in your executive summary, put one in one of your job description, put another one under skill, scatter it in a way that is just natural. Then add skills section to include both hard skills and soft skills. So your soft skills are those skills that can be transferable. Okay, those are the transferable skills we went through: communication, leadership, adaptability. Those are soft skills. Hard skills are usually very specific to a job. So hard skills may be coding, or knowing how to use a particular CRM system or something like that. But if you're lucky, if the CRM system can be applicable to this other person, you're good to go. Then write achievement-based bullet points. Now your achievements, your bullet points under your experience summary should be measurable. It shouldn't be vague. It should be measurable. Like you should have numbers. Instead of handle customer complaints, you should have something like resolved 95% of customer complaints within 24 hours. So let's say, for instance, you work in a department store, or you worked in your father's shop, your provision shop in the house, right? And you met with, let's say, the entire of that whole day, you met with 10 people. You're able to attend to 10 people. Excuse me. You're able to attend to 10 people, and maybe just one of those people had issues with you, right? You're not able to solve the issue. You had to call your dad. Now, but you attended to 9 people. Now that's 90%. Yes, it was 10 people, but nobody needs to know it was 10 people. When you use percentage, it looks bigger, right? So you solve 90% of customer complaints. You attended to 90%, you attended to customers, and you had customer satisfaction up to 90% for that day. So let it be achievable, right? Let it be something that we can measure, because the ATS2 wants to measure your success, wants to measure your results, and then put it against what you can give the company, so that they know that, oh, okay, if you can do this in this particular company, then that means you can bring a whole lot more to this particular company. Now, save your CV as a text-based PDF Word document so that it can go through the ATS applicant tracking system well and is accepted, so that it is not rejected. Okay. Now, this is not very clear, but this is like an example of what your CV should look like. It's very straight to the point. Nobody's showing any picture. Nothing is happening here. It's the first thing you see is Chinda Bright, which is the person's name. The next thing you're going to see is the person's phone number, their email address, and their LinkedIn profile. You see, I did not say their address, their home address. You see that I did not say home address, but don't go and put home address. I don't know why we should put home address. Remove it. Tall. Your number, if you have to put your number there, if you have to. Your email address, and then your LinkedIn, your LinkedIn link to your profile. And then the next thing is going to be your executive summary. So your executive summary should not be more than, I don't know, because we're looking to have this in just one page. Now, why I said one page is because, again, nobody has time to be reading 2 or 3 pages. If you don't have more than 10, 15 years in experience in different fields, you have no business having 2 pages. 1 page is okay, right? So your executive summary, just let it be straight to the point. What do you do? And what are you here to add? What results do you bring? Straight to the point. 2 sentences, 3, you're good. Skills. Now, you see where we have skills and other. If I'm going to edit this CV, I'm going to remove that other, because I don't know why it's other there. It should be skills. So skills, what are your skills? You can group your skills for them to easily see. So you can either group your skills as tools you use, or tools you know how to use, soft skills, hard skills. So you can group them, not in a way that you label them, but you can just group them so that it's easy for them to read and follow through. Then professional experience, you can see that as is going like this, like my eyes already is there, is reading. I'm not even seeing what's being written here because it's so thin. But I already know that after skills, it's professional experience, and I know the person has worked as a virtual assistant. The person has worked as an executive virtual assistant, and the person has worked as a junior marketing analyst. Now, why I know that the person has done that, because this is not very clear for me, and I'm not wearing my glasses, is because they made it prominent to catch your eyes. The important things are catching my eye as a recruiter. So in 6.5 seconds, I will be able to say, okay, I'll keep this aside to want to see more. All right, because they gave me what I wanted, straight to the point. Nobody's beating around the bush, and nobody's giving me extra work to do as a result to graphics, if you know what I mean. Another thing you need to mind when applying for jobs is your LinkedIn profile. So just like your CV, is the same thing. They actually do go now. If they like your CV, let's say they've taken it into consideration, they usually do go to your LinkedIn profile. And most of the recruiters that go to your LinkedIn profile are recruiters recruiting for either teaching English as a second language or virtual assistant. Now, for virtual assistant, because most virtual assistants expect you, most people looking for a virtual assistant, they expect you to have a LinkedIn life. I don't know how to explain it. Where you kind of like update things. Oh, this is what I do. This is what I learned. Then teaching English as a second language, that's one way to kind of vet you. So you're going to be either teaching children or you're going to be teaching foreigners. They don't know you. You're going to be impacting knowledge. You're going to be impacting yourself on somebody else. So they want to be able to vet you. They want to be able to be sure that you are not going to come and tell our students or our kids rubbish at the end of the day. So they want to be able to capture your person, your essence. So they will go through your social media. They will go through your social media. They will go through your LinkedIn and whatever it is, just to be able to capture your essence, to know, okay, is this person professional enough? Is this person put together? Is this person fit for us? Just the same way you should do the same thing. Especially, again, I go through this, especially if you're going to be a virtual assistant to somebody, it's very important that you too go through their LinkedIn profile, see how they are, go through their social media if you have it, see how they are. Do you want to work with this person? Because we usually have this word, we call them nightmare clients. You don't want a nightmare client. I'm telling you, you don't want a nightmare client, because you will not be asking God, why did I, why? You have headaches, you would have work-life balance. So it's also very good for you to vet them as well. Now, your LinkedIn profile is 5% of recruiters do check your LinkedIn before they hire you for remote jobs. And most people usually treat their LinkedIn like their Facebook page, right? Treat your LinkedIn like it's your CV. Like they're looking at it to want to employ you, because they are. Your headline says open to opportunities or open to work. This is what I mean. This thing, remove it. If you have it there, take it off. Your summary is either blank or sounds generic. I am passionate about growth and excellence. I am hardworking. We all are. That's why we're here. We're all passionate about growth. That's why we're learning a skill. That's why we're applying for the job. So take it off and let it be value packed. Just the same way you have your CV, where I said your value and your experiences should be measurable. Same thing, should be measurable. I should be able to see the value that you should be straight to the point, and the value that you have brought to other companies and you're going to bring to me, or you've brought to the people around you. So one thing I like to tell people is, if you have no experience, volunteer. Volunteer a lot. Volunteer a lot. They may not pay you, but volunteer, because that's how you get experience. And volunteer with wisdom. So volunteer to people who you know that when they give you a job and you do it well, they can recommend you to other things. They can recommend you to other people. They can write good recommendations for you on LinkedIn. So, and we have those people. There's no how you will say you don't have anybody around you, that you have those people. You have them. You probably are to maybe timid to talk to them, too scared because you feel like they're going to turn you down. I mean, the opportunities you don't get are the opportunities that you don't take. You never know. You either get, the worst thing that's going to happen is, I'm sorry, no, I already have somebody that does that. You go to the next person. You keep looking for until you see someone who is willing to help you, to give you the opportunity to build experience. You can build experience with your own business. I have people who do businesses and they use their business as experiments for everything, for all the CRM tools, for all the virtual assistant things you want to do, for how to onboard new clients. They use their business for everything experiment, and that's how they got experience. And you can do that too. Now you have no proof of skills, no recommendation, no featured work, no clear brand, no clear personal brand. If you go through my course, you're going to get a certificate. Now, when you get that certificate, it is usually advisable for you to have the certificate on your LinkedIn page profile thingy as a post. Just put something braggy, a little bit braggy. I just finished the blah blah blah, work from home with 10, blah blah blah. This is what I learned, this is what I learned. Because whether you like it or not, consistency kind of brings visibility. When you're consistent with that, people start to notice you. People start to ask you small, small questions like, how do you think I can do this Google Sheet something? How do you think, what do you think about this? Small, small like that, people start to ask you questions because they feel like you have your shit together and you know what you are doing. And that actually brings experience for you. And then you grow. Like I said, please remove this thing. I'm not joking. Now, what works instead for your LinkedIn profile? Start with a strong headline. Instead of looking for remote jobs, you can do helping businesses retrain customers, boost satisfaction through strategic support. Um, Depends on what you want to do. Maybe you want to be a customer service rep. You can say bringing support to customers, bringing support to companies and customers alike. I mean, find one sweet line to just put there. Professional, you can ask ChatGPT to help you to refine your inputs, and then you know make sure you vet ChatGPT because it can just give you rubbish sometimes. So vet it before you put it. Write a result driven summary. Tell recruiters about the problem that you've solved and not your life story. So, what are the problems that you've solved? You've worked in your father's shop before, and you've had people come in with different kind of problems. Let's say you've helped your dad. Excuse me. Let's say you've helped your dad manage his business for a little bit, and there was a time where somebody was supposed to receive a package and the package did not come. Maybe they've already paid for it. What did you do? It was delayed. How did you handle that particular problem? That is a problem that you solved. And that is a problem solving skill that you have that can be transferred into those jobs. Okay. So that's the problem that you solve. How you now tell that story is what is going to help a recruiter know whether you are. So if you just say, I worked in my father's shop and then one day somebody did not get their package, then I help them. Guys, let's not be that people, right? Let's not be those people. How do you tell the story? In my previous place of work, yes, it's your previous place of work. In my previous place of work, we had a customer who had delay in one of their package, and they really were upset about it. And this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did. And by the end of the day, we apologized to the customer. We're able to give the customer a whatever it is that you did. Just make sure you see in a fine English, just find English sheets, and you're good. And that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for anything elaborate. They're just looking for that you can actually solve a problem. You're a parent. Your children are always fighting. They're always quarreling. Problem solving. That's a problem solving skill right there that is grooming you, right? All right. So let's say, and how do you manage and how do you manage to package that? A recruiter asks you, tell us about a dispute that you resolved in your former place of work. Let's say you can tell them, my former place of work, I was a manager. Yes, you are a manager. You're a manager of the entire house. I was a manager and we had two employees. Yes, they are your employees because those people, they don't see your word. You're giving them food and you're giving them chop money. So yes, they are your employees. So you see that I'm not trying to get you to lie. I'm trying to get you to package what you have, the experience that you have. Okay. Now, do not fabricate stories that you don't have. Oh. Guys, don't go and fabricate stories. Now, these are actual things that have happened to you in your life. You just don't know that these things are experiences that you've gathered through the years. And you don't know how to package it. This is how you can, I'm telling you how you can package it to look fine to recruiters that you have experience. Because the question I have a lot of times is that people say, I don't have experience for those jobs, so I'm not sure if I can do it. You can do it. You can. I have students who do these things. They have not graduated from school and they do these jobs. You can do it. Never think that you can do it. You can do it. Now use keywords, because just like the ATS, LinkedIn also has algorithms to help find their own people who they're looking for. Okay, so use keywords. So let's say you're looking for mostly looking for virtual assistant jobs. Go and look for all the applications on virtual assistant, or not all, at most of the applications, and see the words that are constantly reoccurring on all applications, then you can, have those scattered around on your LinkedIn profile or your summary. Show proof, add certification, sample projects, even simple portfolio link as well. My students who are in my class right now, for the virtual assistant class, they know that once they're doing their assignment, they're supposed to provide a Google Drive. Under their Google Drive, they have all the assignments that they've done throughout the class. So they have access for 1 month. Now, the assignment is actually the training. Yes, there are the videos where I train you, but the assignment is more the training, because the assignment gives you hands-on experience on what to do. So you are challenged to go and look for how to use CRM tools. You are challenged to know how to help a client organize their email. You are challenged to know how to help a client organize their calendar. Now, all these things that they are doing as assignments, mind you, these are assignments. They can decide to do it, they can decide not to do it. That's their business. But if you want to do it, you know that you're supposed to get a Google Drive. Now, that Google Drive is you putting all the proof of your work inside. After the class, you can decide, oh, I want, and they are also forced. This is not optional. They are forced to do their portfolio, to create a portfolio. On their portfolio, they have the screenshots of the proof of work they have done through the assignment. Now, it looks like they're actually working for a client. So they have a starter pack portfolio. All right. I'm saying this because some of us will need to do this. You want to be a virtual assistant, you're applying for the job, they will ask you for portfolio. Most people are always complaining why they ask you, they will not ask you for proof of work. I will just they give you money like that. No, they will ask you for proof. So show certification, so show sample projects. You can again volunteer for sample projects. That one we have talked about it, so I believe that one has stuck already. Now, engage strategically, comment on posts in your field, share highlights, follow other virtual assistants that are established in their ways. Look for videos of other virtual assistants talking. Look for webinars, for group discussions on Telegram. Telegram is one very good place, guys, and TikTok as well. I know most times we spend our time on TikTok for entertainment, but that's one place to learn a lot. Side gist. And the best secret of all. So we've talked about two secrets. The first one is what? The first one is how to identify your transferable skills. And the second one is your LinkedIn and CV. How are you applying these things? Now, the third one is what kind of roles have you been applying for? Or what kind of roles have you been tricking your eye in? When you see tech bro always carrying his laptop, we think that tech bro is also you. Tech bro is coding. Do you think you can code? If you think you cannot code, please remove your eye from tech bro. Let's do something else, right? And what are the things that what are the jobs that I think we can start with? There are a whole lot more, and by the end of this year, hopefully, we're going to be adding more to this. But for beginner, your starter pack, virtual assistant, customer service, and teaching English as a second language, and teaching English as a second language. All right. Now, average income of these jobs are usually from $500 to about $1,500 monthly. This is honestly, this is not even average. This is like beginner, $500 to $1,500 monthly, especially that $500. Like your beginner, it's not average. Average is from like about $1,000 to about $3,000, and then when you're really, really paid, you're going to be paid from about $5,000 and upwards. All right. Now, understand what companies are looking for. They're not looking for hard work, and they're not looking for your degree. They are looking for results. Way to save time, way to keep their customers happy, way to make money. Companies are all about the money, way to make money and reduce cost of production. What that means is they look for Nigerians, they look for Africans, they look for Jamaicans, they look for Filipinos. So these are the people you are going to be finding a lot in this field, especially for call center agents. You're going to be finding a lot of Filipinos for call center agents, a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of them, and a lot of Nigerians. Now, why are they looking? Why are companies always searching for this select set of people? Is because our labor is cheap. So that means their cost of production will reduce drastically. If they are supposed to employ Americans for this, they are going to be paying through the nose. So the least the least they can pay you is about $12 to $14 per hour. 12 to if you are in the US, right? $12 to $14 per hour. However, if it is us, they can even pay you $2 per hour, and we're all right, because by the time you calculate it for 8 hours every month, that would come up to almost $400 to $500 per month. So you see that we are cheap labor, and we give them good work because we're very hard workers. So these are the select people they usually look for to do this kind of job, because they get to make money for a very low cost. Then you get to keep their customers happy, because again, we're very adaptable, we learn on our feet. I'm saying Nigerians right now, we do. We're very cheerful people. Actually, for most of the Nigerians I've worked with, we're very, very cheerful people, and we do the work. We do it well, because most CEOs I've seen who have employed Nigerians never go back. They're always looking for Nigerians. They want to come back to Nigeria. Most times they're reluctant to employ us, but once they employ one Nigerian that is good, they want to employ all the Nigerians, and they want to save time. So these are the jobs available right now. Well, not completely, but you know what I mean. Now, pick a skill that is easy to start, in demand, and is scalable, right? So you don't need to do design, you don't need to code. You basically just need to know a little bit about virtual assistant, customer service, ESL, and sales, and you should be good to go. This requires communication, organizational skills, a little bit of tech savviness. When I say tech savviness, you know how to navigate platforms. If you know how to navigate Facebook, you have navigated all the new apps that have ever come out, you will be fine. Now, a little bit about this thing, so that you know what course you need to go for, right? So you can decide if I want to go for virtual assistant, if I want to go for call center, or if I want to go for ESL, whatever it is you want to do. Now, virtual assistant is like an office assistant, but instead of working in a physical office, you work from anywhere in the world. You work online, right? What you do, you handle administrative tasks, you support businesses and entrepreneurs, you manage social media, create accounts, handle customer inquiries. It depends on the client's need. Honestly, virtual assistant is a very wide thing. You can be a virtual assistant for a lawyer, and you have to have a little bit of law background. Excuse me. You can be a virtual assistant for a medical virtual assistant. You can actually be, it's very wide. Or you can just be the normal virtual assistant or office administration. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with emails, you're dealing with documents, you're dealing with bookkeeping. Those are the, general, normal virtual assistants. So virtual assistant is wide. And who hires them? Small business owners, startups, coaches, busy professionals. A virtual assistant is like a right-hand helper for a business owner, or for whoever it is you're going to be, for an executive. Keeps things organized, running smoothly, and all is done remotely from the comfort of your own home. So you could use it on your phone, or you could use your laptop. Now, it depends on what CRM tools they use, because some tools do not support phones. Hear me. Some tools these people use do not support phones. Some do. Okay? Some do not. So you will need to get you're starting the job, obviously you need to have a laptop to do that. Customer service agents, what do? They handle questions, complaints, requests, help with billing, with orders, with technical issues, general inquiries as a whole. Now, under customer service agents, I call them call center agents, and I call them call center agents. And what I separate them as is telemarketers, which are also called callers, sales agents, and then customer service. Okay, I'm going to go over that again. Telemarketers, sales agents, and customer service. All of you are on the phone. You are talking to people not 247, but for the hours you are going to be working. You're talking on the phone, you're talking to rude customers, you're talking to nice customers, you are giving information, you are taking in information. So you are going to be talking and typing almost at the same time. It's a lot when it comes to customer service or telemarketing. So for customer service, you're handling questions and complaints. So a customer call, hey, I made an order, I've not seen the order, what's happening to my order, blah, 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 blah. You ask them, oh, okay, what is your tracking number? What is your name? What's your email address? And you help them out. Telemarketers, basically they contact potential customers by phone to introduce products, services, use persuasion to spark interest and encourage people by signing them up. So basically telemarketers are those people who just call out of the blue. I think if you I think I'm not sure I have a video on that. And I don't think I've posted that video yet. Now you hear customers, you hear telemarketers calling, "Hey, this is Abby from so and so company. I'm reaching out to you to let you know about our Kinikon, our health insurance plan." These people don't know that you're calling them. You're just calling them out of the blue. So most of them will be very angry. For telemarketers, just ensure that you are ready for a lot of rejection, a lot of insults, a lot of people telling you, "Get off my phone," a lot of the F word, the B word, the C word, all the words they're gonna call you. So telemarketers suffer very well. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was so happy when I ended that job as a telemarketer. It was torture, but it's sweet money, so. Sales agents. Now, sales agents basically focus on turning conversations into sales. So they sell, right? So they talk to it's usually, if you know how to sell, sales is one of the sweetest jobs you can ever do. I'm a sales agent, so I know know what I'm talking about. Sales is one of the sweetest jobs you can ever do, to be honest with you. There's something called cold leads and warm leads. Cold leads are the leads that telemarketers call. Warm leads are the leads that sales agents talk to. So warm leads already know that you're going to be calling them. They already know that you're going to be calling them to talk about a particular product. They already know that, okay, I've scheduled this person's, we've been scheduled for this particular. Now, like right now, I have a call scheduled for the next, I think 10 minutes. Excuse me. I have a call scheduled for the next 10 minutes with a client. And we're going to be talking about about a product they already know. They were the ones that say, "Hey, I'm free by this time. Please call me by so time." Right? So those are sales agents. Now I'm going to be on the call with that person for another 45 minutes to an hour. Basically just giving the person value. And then by the end of the day, once the sale hits, the person pays and I'm done with that sale and I continue on to another client. All right. So for sales agents, telemarketers, even customer service, they use scripts. You actually have a script you can use. And it depends majorly for telemarketers and sales agents, product knowledge and negotiation, knowing how to negotiate, knowing the right words to say, when to say the right words, reading their emotion from how they say what they're saying. You learn on the job. And for telemarketers, for sales agents, you often have targets. So you must meet your target every week. You must meet your target every month. If you're not meeting your target, that means you're not bringing value to the company and they may likely let you go. Now, teaching English as a second language. Teaching English as a second language is another sweet job you can do, especially if you have a little bit of experience in teaching children or impacting knowledge in any way, shape, or form. We have a lot of foreigners that don't know how to speak English. Very bad in speaking English. I don't know if you guys, I love Korean movies. I love it. I don't know if other people love Korean movies, but if you've watched a few Korean movies, you will realize their English is really terrible. It's not good. Okay, so that's where you come in. You teach them how to speak English as a second language because English is not their first language, so they're permitted to be terrible. It's not their first language. Just like how you meet a Yoruba man where you're complaining that he has Yoruba tongue. Of course he has Yoruba tongue. English is not his first language. It's not, right? So that's what we do. We teach English. That's what you can do. You teach English. So let's say you have a little bit experience in, again, impacting knowledge in any way. You can actually, because you already have experience keeping the attention of your students. You already have experience carrying that attention to the end of the class. So something you can do. And you teach grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, help students practice speaking, listening, reading, writing in English, use lesson plans, games, conversations to make lesson easy. Who do you teach? You can teach children, teenagers, adults from other countries like China, Korea, Japan, Spain. And in a simple term, an ESL teacher is like a friendly English coach who helps students around the world speak English and understand English better. So most times you can even just have conversation with them and listen to them when they make mistakes, like when they put a past tense where they're not supposed to put past tense, you correct them and then you continue the conversation. So you also need to know how to continue conversation, like, what did you do yesterday? As simple as that. How was your day? What did you do yesterday? Have you gone to the park before? What park did you go? What did you do in the park? Things like that. So allow them to just have that conversation with you and listen. But you have to also have attentive listening as a skill. You need to listen very well so that you can pick out the errors and correct them. Now, when you're transitioning jobs, because a lot of us are going to be transitioning jobs from whatever it is that we do right now to whatever it is you're going to be picking. Now, transitioning jobs is not hard. We have talked about transferable skills, so I'm just going to give a few examples. For someone who has worked in a department store basically just means maybe supermarket, or maybe it's just English. A department store can also work as a remote support associate or a customer service rep. Someone who has worked as a receptionist before definitely can work as a virtual assistant because you already have the skills. Someone who has worked as a teacher's assistant before, or maybe has tutored their siblings before for a long period of time, can teach online, can be, do um, English as a second language as a teacher. Someone who has worked as a cashier before can actually be a support agent, can be a CS, can be a bookkeeper, can be sales, can actually work in sales as well. Someone who has worked as a hairstylist, give it up, man, because you are going to be a customer service rep or a sales rep, because hairstylists talk a lot. They know how to keep conversation. They know how to keep you interested in the gossip that's happening. They know. So those people, sales, just put them in sales. I personally would put them in sales because that's one of the sweetest. That's one of the, I don't have to train so much. You already know the scope. Now, if you're still confused on what to do, just know that organizing tasks, if you love organizing tasks, just go for virtual assistant. If you enjoy talking to people, solving issues, just go for customer service agent. And if you enjoy teaching and sharing knowledge, just go for teaching English as a second language. Like I said, these courses are separate on their own. They're not together, okay? Just be sure that you apply yourself daily and also consistency actually brings visibility. I wish I can over emphasize this. I don't know how else to put it, but consistency brings visibility. Very important. How I train, I do train hands on deck. Like, you have real VA projects, mock customer chats, ESL lesson plans. You have tool mastery like Slack. You will be admitted to our Slack community, so you will start to learn to use Slack on the go. Trello, Zoom, Asana, Google Meet as well. And portfolio development. You will, in fact, have your proof of experience while working with us or while learning with us for the entire 1 month. If you implement this, you can also have the following results. This is about, I think this was about almost 2M at that time. Now, this person earns $300 every month, every week. Every week, they actually earn $300 every week. And what do? They receive calls from companies, for a company, from different companies. So the company does business funding. They fund other businesses. So companies call in to want to get business funding from this particular company. So all they just do is they receive the call and transfer the call to whoever is available. They receive the call, transfer the call to whoever is available. So they're not doing sales, they're not doing customer service, they're just basically receiving the call. Hey, this is blah blah blah. This company. Are you looking for business funding? You say yes. Okay, hold on. Let me transfer you to a sales agent. That's it. That's what they do. Frequently asked questions. I don't have money. I do understand that money is tight, but say, how much are you losing every day per month by not actually having these skills? Someone right now who has these skills kind of makes about 2M every month. and this is not cap. I mean, I've shown you the proof of payments and the receipts. They earn 2M every month. Now that means you're losing about one, and let's say you right now you're earning 200K monthly. You're losing about 1.8 every single month because you have not upskilled. You have not upskilled to invest in your future. I don't have time. Thank God that this courses are self-paced, meaning they're self-paced for a month. You have access to the videos for 1 month. They're not so much. Every video is about 15 minutes, 17 minutes, 20 minutes. In one particular class, you can have maybe 5 videos. You can be able to. I mean, I have a student that finished it in one day, and he finished his assignments the next day. So you can do it. You can do it if you have time to sit down for Korean movies. Korean movies like 1 hour per episode. But you can do this thing. I've been scammed before, and I completely understand that. I will not put my reputation, my business I've been growing for over 4 years on jeopardy. I mean, I have other things I need to do in the next 40 years, so I'm not going to put my name in the mud. I'm not going to put anything that concerns me in a place where you say I've been scammed. That would be never. And you can check all our social media handles. Work from home with 10. Just type work from home with 10, and you see all our social media handles on LinkedIn. I mean, you can even look for me, Biola Adebayo. You can search and you can see on Instagram, on Facebook. We're everywhere. You can reach out to our current students who are also, most of them actually do comment on our posts. You can just send them a message. Hey, I'm looking to apply to work from home with 10. What do I do? How was the class? Is it legit? I mean, you can do that. Do your homework. Now, can I really do this without a degree? I am very sure that everything I have said from beginning to now has convinced you that you can do this without a degree. So I'm not going to purchase on this. How long before I start to see results if you implement what's supposed to be done? I personally started to learn skills from different places in 2021. That was when I started to learn different skills, and I told myself I wanted to earn in dollars. And within 2 months, I was able to within 2 months, I had certificate in product management, and the third month I had my certificate in product design. However, that wasn't what I wanted to do because that required a whole longer time to do. When I started customer service, I did not train for it. To be honest with you, I did not train. Somebody just called me and said, hey, I have this job. Can you do it? I said, yes. And that's how I started customer service. I was trained on the job. So on the job, I didn't have time to go and be trained. So if you follow what you are being taught, 30 to 60 days, you should be trained enough to start applying for jobs and start to see results. Do I need any special equipment? I think I've talked about a few equipments that you need: your phone, your laptop. You need internet. You need a very good internet. Nobody will employ you without a good internet. I have 3 people who lost the job that I personally referred them to. They were referred. They didn't have to do any interview, like serious interview. They were given the job on the spot. They started training, and the training was a week. The training was paid. You're going to be paid $50 every day. Sorry, not every week. Every day you're going to be paid $50 just for showing up to be trained by the company. Now, they lost the job when they were supposed to be on phones because their network messed them up. So you cannot have bad network. I don't know what you have to do. You have to go to your friend's house. You find a way to get a good network. Very important. But yes, with 50K and above, at least 50K, you can set up a home office. You don't need something to elaborate. I didn't start with an elaborate setup. I didn't have my desk. I was usually on my bed or on the floor when I started to take calls. My headset wasn't a noise cancelling headset, so I had to just make sure that I had a very quiet environment. So I had to relocate to another person's house where I know that they were very, very quiet, and I kind of begged them. I didn't have a laptop. I had to borrow. I didn't have a router. I had to borrow. For like a month. And by the time I got my first salary, I just bought everything I needed because it was enough. It was more than enough, right? So now, where do I find those jobs? Most people usually use the public market, which is Upwork, Fiverr, and you can actually get jobs here. It's just that the success rate is about 2 to 3%. Professional job markets like AngelList, Remote OK, flex jobs. Again, you can get jobs from here, but success rate, you have to look for a lot and you have to apply a lot. It's about 15 to 20%. Hidden job market. Hidden job market, like my platform where I provide job links, where you have direct company outreach, referrals, private networks, 60 to 80%. I think that covers it. I feel like I've given you enough to see what is possible, but knowing isn't just enough. You also need templates, you need tools, you need job boards, you need somebody to guide you. And that's why I created Work From Home with 10. I've spoken about Work From Home with 10 before. Work From Home with 10 is my platform where I train my clients, my students who are now professionals in the field, who are now having their own jobs, who are now skilled enough to have to apply to their own jobs. That's for those people who are just starting. And everything I have shared with you tonight, the three secrets I've given to you, are enough information to transform, are not enough information to transform your career. You actually do need somebody who will hold you through the hand to show you what to do, to tell you what to do. Hey, this is how you do it. Hey, no, you can't make this mistake here. No, okay, I noticed you use ChatGPT here. This is not how to use ChatGPT. I actually do that for my students, and I can do that for you as well. And I can do that for you as well. So how I do train, or how I do have my packages, is we have the starter success package, which is about 250K. And what this has is your job vault, you have your done for you template, you have your LinkedIn optimization, you have your portfolio kit builder, as well as your CV templates. I also review your templates for you. Depending on your experience, I can get up to 3 4 different CVs. Mind you, never use one CV for all your jobs. You need to have different CVs for different jobs. That's a given. You know what I'm saying. I hope we're not doing that. Right? So that's this startup arc. Then I have the growth acceleration package, which is about 450K. Now, what do we do here? Everything is startup. Everything on here in the startup success package, which is, reviewing your jobs, the job vault, and everything. Then access to a private community of already 500 remote workers, people that are already in the remote space. Interview success tool, kits, and 30-minute strategy call, personalized guidance, where I teach a little bit as well on credit repair. Credit repair is like the hot cake right now for every employer who is looking for someone who has idea on how to sell credit repair, or how to talk about credit repair, how to coach on credit repair. So I do a little bit of that for my clients, for my students. And then we have the elite mentorship. This is where I'll pour out my everything. You have everything, the growth accelerator package, and then you have 90-minute one-on-one strategy call with me. And then you have personalized portfolio review for those who already have their portfolio, and priority job referrals and mentorship. So where I actually give job referrals. If you've heard me before, I said I referred some people where 3 of them lost the job because of internet, right? I referred more people to that job. It's just that it was just bad luck. Now, if you're going to value everything, the total is about 1.2. Like, you can get that individual, but if you're going to value everything, it's about 1.2. Each package builds on the previous one, offering more access, support, and direct mentorship as level increases. Now, if hired personally, what I do charge for private coaching per person per session is about 200K. And I don't scream on that, because what I'm going to give you is valuable. My time is valuable also. But because you stayed for the entire presentation tonight, you remember how I said you have to stay to the end because there's a bonus coming? Because you stayed for the entire presentation tonight, I'm not going to be charging you anywhere, not even close to that. Because, again, like I said, my students are here. Here to I believe encourage me, and I believe everyone who is not my student yet is already my student, because I've been talking to you as I do my students. Now, your investment for the complete work from home with 10, the entire package, meaning you're going to be admitted to my community, you're going to be trained, you're going to have one-on-one with me. Everything I just showed you is worth about 1.2, but we're giving you for 80K. However, because this is a special exclusive bonus to everyone who stayed, we're going to be having a special discount to everyone who was able to stay, and that's a 50% cut on the 80K, and that's going to be 40K for the discounted for the discounted price, and that's for everybody in this webinar today. Everybody here today who was able to make it to the end of this particular webinar. This is a one-time commitment, and it means after this payment, you will not be able to, you will not be asked for anything. So let's say I'm doing, which is coming up in the next weeks. We're going to be having consistent coaching programs for all work from home with 10 students, all 10 nation. You will not be asked to pay because you've already done that right now. Now, the exclusive special bonus for the first 5 people, I am going to be giving free. Now, for the first 5 people that paid, mind you, we can keep track. Okay, so for the first 5 people that paid, what we're going to be giving is a free CV revamp from me. And that's going to be revamping your CV for 2 different job descriptions. So it depends on what you have, what you're looking for. I'm going to be revamping your CV for you for 2 different job descriptions and a 15 minutes consultation on career compatibility. Now, one thing I did not add here, which I'm going to be adding for you guys, is that's for the first 5 people as well. You're going to be added to my personal mentorship program where I mentor my my few students on it skipped my mind. On credit repair. Oh my God, why did that skip my mind? On credit repair. All right, so you're going to be I'm going to be teaching you how to consult for credit repair. I'm going to be teaching you how to look at people's credit, how to consult for them. This actually they pay, right? Just the consultation alone, you get paid like handsomely for it. Now, companies are also looking for you. Companies are also looking for you with a credit knowledge and experience. Now, credit is complicated because we don't have that in Nigeria. They have that abroad, and people are in a mess in their credit. Now, you consult for them and tell them how they can make their credit better. So, I teach you a little bit. Not a little bit. I teach you core. I break it down from the beginning, teach you what credit is to the end, that you are going to be so confident getting on a credit consultation. You will be talking like an expert that is actually in the US who does taxes and credit. So for the first 5 people who are able to pay, these are things you're going to be getting: a free CV from me. You're going to be getting 15 minutes consultation for career compatibility, and you're going to be getting credit repair consultation and mentorship from me. All right. Now, here's the thing: the bonuses are only available for the people on this webinar who are watching right now. So, I mean, your time is ticking right now. And I'm giving you the opportunity to join my students, and let's start to change your life forever. Now, don't be the person who looks back in 6 months wondering, hey, why didn't I pay? What if? Because it's not going to be, first of all, 40, it's not going to be 80K all the time. I'm going to increase it at some point. It's not going to be 1.2 or 250K for each packet. For each package, I'm going to increase it at some point because there's a lot of value I do give, and my packages are never the same. They're never the same. The contents are never the same. I'm always upgrading. So never look back and say, hey, what if, what if, what if, what if. Now, this is this discounted price, 40K. I almost said $40. And if you're ready to pay, all you have to do is just click on that link. The link is going to be on the comment section. You can click. Once you're done, make sure that you send a proof of payment to the number below. That's 081-102-14340. Send a WhatsApp message, a proof of payment, and then you'll be added to the group. Once you're added to the group, by tomorrow morning, afternoon, you're going to be addressed, and by Monday, you guys will start your classes proper. I'm going to be taking questions now while you guys do what you need to do. Any question? I'm going to be taking 2 questions. So I'm just waiting for your questions. Once I see the first question, I take it. The second question, I take it. And then we're off for today. So the link for the payment is also going to be dropped on the WhatsApp group. So you can also look for it on the WhatsApp group, and it's going to be dropped here. Look for the link on the payment for payment on the WhatsApp group. You can find it on the WhatsApp group, and you can find it here as well. All right, that's the link for the payment. Sorry for that delay. You have that on the WhatsApp groups, and you have that here as well. So I'm going to be looking out for the first 5 people. Okay, Miss Johnson, the class is going to start, your classes for your set. You're going to be starting on Monday. But you're going to be admitted to the class, to the WhatsApp group today, and you're going to be addressed tomorrow. You start on Monday. You have access to the class for 1 month. Okay, with that, I'm going to say that is the end, and I have no more questions on here. So I'm very sure that you guys understood everything. Like I said, do not forget to drop 3 things that you did learn from this particular class and 3 things you're going home with. I'm going to be looking out for those comments. We're going to be posting it. We're going to be sharing with you guys as well. Okay, you have the blessed rest of your night, and bye bye.